Now, a touch on something that actually is of ultimate nature of any phenomena. Lately, there has been a new popular expression in the scientific world, which is called quantum entanglement. And then as much as they try to explain it in rational ways, it is again from observation of something they can see through technology, but also they become intrigued both by the phenomena and by what shows through technology, which ultimately looks like the typical yin and yang symbol. And that makes sense again to give an idea of what the basic ultimate nature of any phenomena is. And what is yin and yang that way as it is known in the spiritual realms, at least, is that actually any phenomena in existence is subject to duality, and that's why something exists, and that's why it's never perfect, because everything, any phenomena is subject to duality. And what means duality? It means two things also, or it can be looked at two ways. In one way, and the most fundamental thing, again, as Nikola Tesla said, and it is known, is that everything is energy. There's only ultimately that exists in the universe. It's energy. What is energy? Form. It is waves, right? What's the shape of waves? Up and down, roller coaster shape. Or you can say sometime back and forth. And as we explained sometime in Buddhism and meditation, it is like things rise and pass away, rise and pass away, rise and pass away, rising and disappear, just like waves, but it's continuous. And also about waves, they of course have different frequencies, which is exactly what makes the different type of things in one way, depending on how they reach and affect our sense doors as we receive them and perceive them. So basically, as it is known, of course frequencies range from pretty much 0 to infinity, and then as it is known, humans only can capture a little spectrum of that range, and also again the different parts of that range of frequencies triggers different senses, in a sense that some are seen as light and colors, other ones are seen as or received and perceived as sound to the ear, right? Different range of frequencies. And unfortunately, that's why there's another huge range of frequencies that supposedly humans are not really aware of. Again, because as basic beings, still, they don't have developed the capacities to be sensitive, to perceive those other ranges of frequencies, because you cannot see them, you cannot hear them with the basic senses, even though they belong, you could say, in other dimensions, which is what other beings in the universe might be using already, or they have developed in a different way. But again, if you go very deep in meditation and concentration, then you will develop that sensitivity to the extra range of frequencies and vibrations that are not perceived usually by the classic sense doors of a human. And that's also part of what makes one much more aware of what's around, and also gives in one way more control to an extent over phenomena. So there is that part, of course, as far as the basic nature of energy. And then the other part, of course, is also what, because of that duality per se means dual, means two, you can see that actually the basic nature, as far as physical nature of things and how we create things, is actually made in binary coding. And again, that's why if it's binary, means two, and it will be again between two things, and polarity between magnets and stuff like that. So our DNA, for example, of course, is binary coding. Our, nature, source nature, that creates humans originally, and anything that's created as like that is supposed to be binary coding in the DNA strings. And then because humans are made that way, they create things from binary coding. And what we use now as far as the ultimate technology to go fast and to process things fast is computer, right? Or the computerized technology like that. And again, what is software for computers is binary coding. So everything like that. So we make, of course, technology at our image within our own capacity. So it's just repeating. This is karma again at a different scale that most people can figure. But you see, as much as people think that they are choosing, making decisions, or inventing things, it's just normal consequences, just cause and effect. And humans create technology compared to how they are made and how they are made to think that way. And again, it's duality, and duality is of emotions most of the time. Again, many people think that they are good, but they have also the bad sides, right? And even though so many think that they are good people and they wonder why the world is in the shape that it is, and there's so much evil now, and more evil actually, as we see right now what's happening, it's again the same. Actually, everybody has good and bad within themselves, right? And that's the original thing of time with sentient beings. It's always the notion of good and bad. And that's also the issue when you practice meditation, of course, at first. And what we describe, as far as emotions, right? You are always binary in emotions. Just the same as, again, to touch quick on that topic, genders, right? And again, that's the way exactly how nature was made, and the way nature is really authentically, and the way it has created things is from duality. There is dual gender, and that's how most of the things, as we know, reproduce to the next generation. Even in plant kingdom and animal kingdom and all that is it's again the way of nature really is binary, to have a combination of two, sometimes two opposite, you can say. But yeah, that's the dance of life, between the tango of life between two, and that's exactly what existence is about. Knowing that enlightenment and nirvana is when you manage to transcend all that. And of course, you have those degenerate new generation who could say, well, you see, that's why I'm non-binary, exactly because I'm the next evolution of human. No, yeah, you are the evolution of human in the degenerate side of things, as I've explained before, because of the whole messed up physiology and brain physiology now through chemicals everywhere, processed food, everything like that. So no, your notion of non-binary has nothing to do with the next evolution of human in a good way, because actually this is so narcissistic and ego-based, exactly to confirm the degenerate side. The real higher evolution of a human to the higher level or higher consciousness, like some people like to say, is exactly the egolessness, dropping any notion of nature, of me, my nature is this. And that's what enlightened beings are, what we call Arya, the noble beings, the one who have experienced enlightenment once at least, what we call the right view. They have the right view, which means they know that there is no ego, there is no me, there is no self. So you have transcended that at least once, and so you have transcended the duality. And so that's why there's no me or me, male or female, like that, but also because of no ego. And you have actually experienced that pure ultimate stillness, which means that you have cancelled the waves, the agitation of the mind, the agitation of what basic energy is as far as phenomena. You have managed to flatten the wave, the energy waves, and that's why it's called ultimate bliss or ultimate peace, and the peace of mind is that. But otherwise, again, this is duality, and this is yin and yang and black and white, yes, and that's exactly what rules every phenomena at the core in the universe. And because everything is energy, it's everywhere, and then there's all kind of frequencies, they connect and affect each other in many different ways, and that's why it builds or constructs any kind of form. And again, scientists and many people are so attached, at the very basic level, because they live at the basic senses, to the type of form that they see or hear or taste or smell, like that. But this is just form. This is just the infinite way of gathering energies and frequencies into different kind of atoms and molecules to create different forms, and that's all there is. And everything is temporary. And again, that notion of duality, but also with time, is like if everything is ephemeral, right? So as much as something seems solid and for a long time being there, they're just temporary advancement of energy frequency into atoms and molecules a certain way, but nothing lasts forever. So something lasts only a split second, right, nanoseconds, in also nuclear reactions and everything like that. And also other things last a bit longer, like mountains or planets, stars and solar systems. But those things again are temporary at their own scale. And this is the way again one can open one's mind, as I meant, and that's why by studying geology, which is the most compelling science, right? The point is, usually geologists become a bit philosophers, exactly because of that, because they have to study all kind of sciences, and at the same time you learn to look at things at every scale of space and every scale of time. So you look at things at the microscopic level, size, and also you look at things in the universe and planetary solar systems, galaxies and everything. And in time is the same, atomic reactions that are like a nanosecond or whatever, and then things that last billions of years, just like people like to say that the Earth has been around for like 4.5 billion of years, and the solar system 13 billion and whatever, and the universe. They like to, again, that narrow-minded notion of Big Bang, and our universe has been around for so many years. Yeah, sure. But anyway, at least, when you start to have that open-mindedness, that also helps after to open that into the practice of meditation and deep concentration into our own nature. But then you will realize at some point that that's all there is. The wave, the vibrations which you can feel within yourself. At some point you could reach a stage that we call Banga, where you will be aware of all your atoms and molecules in your body vibrating. Then you understand you're just a big field of vibrations like that. But vibrations mean what it means. It's just what it is again. It's the roller coaster shape, it's the wave shape, it's up and down, and it's come and goes and come and goes and come and goes. And then they keep interacting with each other as polarities, duality, polarities, similar. So it's the yin and yang, black and white. And this is what we linked to ignorance. In Buddhism, right, we mean that every phenomena starts from ignorance. And that's why, like I described in another audio video, what we call dependent origination. What is the origin of any phenomena is ignorance, and it creates a phenomena that lives through ordered chaos. And that's why, again, it's ordered chaos, which in one way is a duality form, or polarity form, right? It's ordered and chaos, chaotic order, because things kind of work together, but they are still messy, and that's why they keep evolving, because everything keeps changing. It's up and down, up and down. And so that is the basic nature of any phenomena, including humans, of course, and the human mind especially, as much as they try to understand their own nature and life and existence. Well, there is one answer. And then the point as a human is that you have the ability, actually, unfortunately so unused by the greatest majority, to transcend all that, to transcend that basic nature, that chaotic, unstable, agitated nature of vibration. And that's what is called enlightenment and experiencing nirvana. Nirvana is the sudden, pure, ultimate stability of everything. You have flattened those curves, no more vibration. And there's a famous quote in the Dhammapada about that, where nothing vibrates anymore. The same as burning, right? As I explained, the Buddha also we have that quote of everything is burning. But that's the point. That's what, again, biochemical reaction, you're just a thermodynamic machine, right? And then, so you are so-called alive only through biochemical reaction. What biochemical reaction? As just the burning, right? That's why you need supposedly to supply yourself with some fuel, which is food and air, oxygen, so you burn just like a basic engine. So you burn that energy. I mean, it really is energy that keeps you alive, as they call it. And that's all there is. So it's constant biochemical reactions within yourself, just releasing energy. But it's the burning and burning and burning, and supply and burning and supply and burning, again, duality, of come and goes, come and goes, come and goes, energy waves like this at every level. But then one day you can experience nirvana, and you can flatten all that and make everything. That's why those fully enlightened beings have some characteristics that are unusual, of course, extraordinary, and not understood by science, because they have stopped all that. And basically, somebody who is in a state of nirvana for a long time is considered clinically dead in one way. And that's another topic. But I will do another audio video on that around death also. But like we say, experiencing enlightenment is experiencing death before dying. So in one way, again, that's something that science, of course, cannot really understand yet, because you can die without dying, experience death state, but consciously, out of free will, before dying for real, as far as the end of the body being done with its aliveness, that all those biochemical reactions will stop to provide the aliveness energy, and it will just transform into a different kind of a dual evolution up and down, which is a decaying process of the body. Again, it's similar, but then there's no life energy in it anymore, right? But yeah, this is a little insight into our ultimate basic nature and the nature of all phenomena, duality, binary, wave energy, of course, up and down, come and go, come and go, come and go. And then it goes through transition like that, through cycles. So each cycle, just like for humans, you call it a life. So human life is like one cycle, and then it transitions to the next and the next and the next, until as a human you can transcend all that and be done forever, which is what is to become like a fully enlightened beings or a living Buddha. And then you are done after that one death. Then there's no more becoming again into any form of existence. And then you have gone, as we say, from ignorance, which is the source of this messy energy waves form, and burning along towards wisdom, full wisdom, and understanding of all phenomena, all existence, and being done with it, and leaving only the pure energy trace of wisdom around to affect the rest in a positive way.